Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make some epic roads and streets for cities or towns, anything. These streets work for basically anything in Fortnite creative mode. So, let's just jump right in. To start off, we have to pick the road that we need. So, to pick the roads that we need, I would use these galleries. Street Gallery B, or Slurpy Swamp Floor and Stair Gallery. So this works too, kind of. It's got this is any of the bridge galleries. It's got this piece, which has a cool bottom on it, but it's not even a tile. Like, okay, yeah, I've got GridSnap 32 on and Build the Prop off, and it's not a tile, it's not a building piece. So, I recommend either using this, which this is a Chapter 1 street piece, or using one of these. These are Chapter 2 street pieces. So, for the sake of this video, in my own maps, I haven't really used the Chapter 2 street piece, but to be honest, I like it better, so I'm going to be using it today. I don't know why I have to use that. So here it is. This is the piece we're going to be using. It's nice, I like it. It's not a perfectly smooth road, but you know, that's not how roads are. In this Chapter 1 one, like, it doesn't have any texture going on, and it's cracked all over the place for some reason, which doesn't really make much sense. So, yeah. So, our strategy that we're going to be using here today is to make a strip of road just like this. So we're going to move over to this simple section over here, where all you're going to need is to choose a sidewalk piece. Either this, I generally use this, or you can use this piece right here, depending on if you want a section sidewalk or smooth sidewalk. Either those would work. There's probably some galleries out there, to be honest, that have better sidewalks. I don't know if there are. I couldn't find any, but there might be. So, over here in the simple thing, we only used 2 pieces, and we took those. We made a 3-tile long street. Then we put one of these on this side, flipped this piece around, and one sidewalk piece on that side. And now we have this. So we can delete that, because I already built it here. And then what you're going to want to do is multi-select this, add it to your hotbar preferably, but you don't need to. And then you're going to just grab it, and then start placing it in a line like this. Just like that, for however far you need to build, and that's for a straight road. So now you have this simple straight road that will definitely work. It'll work really well. If we move over to this advanced straight road here, it's gonna look quite different, but it's gonna look better. So what you're gonna want to do over here is go to the primitive shapes gallery, and you're gonna want to grab this piece right here. So you see, once you put down the gallery, it's going to be that piece right there. Primitive shapes are hard to pick out without putting down the gallery, so I would recommend putting it down. So you're going to grab that piece. We bring it over here. So what we do, we grabbed it, earlier. When I set this up, I grabbed it. I made the width all the way out, so as long as possible, and the height 3 clicks down. So basically, let me demonstrate here. So I grab this piece, I turn it golden, I think. Yeah. Then width all the way out. Then I took height and went 1, 2, 3 down, and that is the piece we're going to be using. And then over here, I forgot to change that. Whatever. Over here, all we did is we took this piece now, made it white, and then grabbed the depth and made that as small as possible. And now we have both the extra pieces we're going to be using, and we're also going to be using these 2 pieces from our street here before. And then what you're going to want to do is, I'm going to start from scratch again. So we're just going to build our 3 pieces like that. We're going to grab our sidewalk, and then we're going to grab our primitive shape with GridSnap 32 on. And then you might want to try to stretch it across this tile like that, but that's just not going to look as good. Well, maybe for the orange line, it would look fine, but it's not gonna look that good for the white. Let me show you. So okay, so we're gonna just put that in the middle of that. A good strategy to find the middle is we're gonna put one on each spot, and we're gonna edit it like this, like that, and like that. So now the middle is right along this piece right here. So this is gonna be the dead middle. I'm gonna go a few clicks out and a few clicks out on either side, just so that, because primitive shapes can overlap, it's completely fine as long as they're the same color. So then it'll be a straight line. Just, they need to stick over the edge just to make sure that it'll be a straight line. And with this, it's gonna be a staggered line. So we'll see how that looks. Let me just put this here, there, right about there. So now, if I went ahead and this is too high, nope, that's good, there you go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab all these pieces, make sure I grab all of them, like that, and then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna build a road out of this. So there is our road with staggered yellow lines. So here's our road with staggered yellow lines. I actually like this one a lot. To be honest, I might like it better than my one with straight yellow lines. It is good, and then to get a full one, you just want to make it stick over the edge a little bit. Select them, you know, there we go, and now we're just going to continue it this way. And there you have it. So it's up to you. I actually do like that one better, so I would use that one. And there's not all roads look the same, obviously, so like, ooh, I should have extended this one out a little bit so that it wouldn't come in on the edges. That's where you gotta extend it out the right length. I think over here I did it right, because I extended it out. Yeah, there's no coming in on this, because I extended it out quite far on each side. Yeah, and this is barely extended out. Well, you know, it is what it is. But like some roads and some, oh, I didn't do this one right here. It's fine. It's whatever. And then let's say we wanted to do a crosswalk. So something that's gonna go hand in hand with your streets is Street Gallery A. So this was Street Gallery B over here, the one with the road pieces. Street Gallery A has all the street signs and other things, other signs and parking meters, stuff like that, stuff that goes inside the road. So make sure you vary it up, grab some random signs, put them, well, not random signs, you know, you don't want like a turn left sign in the middle of a straightaway, so just make sure they actually correspond with what's going on. But yeah, so let's say for a crosswalk, let's say we want this sign right here. We'll go over to this street over here, and we're gonna put this sign here about. So that's where we're gonna want our crosswalk. And then I'm going to delete the primitives in this zone. And now here, I'm gonna turn this on the side. We're gonna go across the road. Uh-oh. Just gonna move this back a little bit. I don't want that overlapping. Like that. It goes on the sidewalk a little bit, doesn't really matter. Okay, so you've created that little section now. And now there's two things that you could do. One of them is this, where we're gonna take the width and make it quite a lot less wide, so it fits between our lines. Then we're gonna take the depth and make it a bit thicker. And then we're gonna go across about the same width apart each time. Did I mess that up? I think I did. it's whatever, you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and do this. Try to keep it about the same. I'm not going too in depth because I'm not using this road at all later in life. Okay, so there you go. There's one way. This is a nice crosswalk here. Now people can go across. And since everything's so flush with the road, it's not going to create any bumps up or anything. Alright, so that's a good crosswalk. Let's try out the other style here. So, I'm going to delete all of these from the middle here. Actually. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do diagonal lines. Like that. So, we've got that. We're just going to keep moving it up. So, you could spend a little bit more time on the edges here. You know, it might be a good idea. Take one of these and you bring in the width a little bit. And then it's like the end. This looks good. Alright, so there you go. There's another way to do it. Now, this style also works as a no parking zone. It's both a crosswalk and a no parking zone. So like say you could put a small one of these on the side of the road where you don't want people parking. So that is two crosswalk styles as well. And something else that would be important is also curving streets. Because yeah. So to make a corner, a simple, easy corner, just real quick, what I'm gonna do is grab another one of your road sections. Oops. Okay, you got it. And then just like line up the sidewalk and just start going this way with it now. And then to make a what? Oh, that's my bad. Hold on. Okay, so there you go. Now, if you're using this sidewalk piece, something you might want to do so that it doesn't look bad is put on building to prop. Okay, so what we're gonna do for this one is put it right there, and that, you see, that's a problem. So now we're gonna turn off grid snap and just ever so slightly, you know what? I'm going on the mouse for this one so I can be more direct. Just ever so slightly offset it so that there's no Z fighting. And now it looks exactly the same. Hold on. Give me a second here. Let me move this one over a little bit. And there you go. So now you've got a nice corner right there. So now I'm going to turn back on snap. I don't think I need it right now anyway. We're not building the prop though. So now what we're going to do is fill in this street section. Make sure the corner is filled out. And then go around the sidewalk. I guess, and you can put any sidewalk in here. I think there's a full, where is it? Over here. In the gallery, I think there's a full piece with no edge. Well, wrong. I was wrong, but I can grab this piece and put that in the complete wrong spot. Put that there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now we just need to build these out a little bit. And there you go. Now you've got a corner. So that's pretty easy. And as you can see, these streets are looking nice. Real nice. So now we're gonna get on to actually curving streets curving up, and streets curving flat, and stuff like that. So what we're going to start with is by grabbing our road. So I'm gonna grab just the standard road, no primitive shapes for this one. I'm gonna bring it out here, and I'm actually gonna turn building to prop on and grid snap off. So now we have this, and now I'm gonna place it, and we're gonna like slightly turn it. Oh no, don't push it away from you, apparently, because that pushes it really far. So now we're just gonna come over here, and you know, we're gonna bend it slighter, and we're gonna make sure that it's flush. I've never had that before, where it was so flush off grid that it started Z-fighting. That is strange. Well, there you go. So now you can see the road is bending. There you go. And now you see I'm lining up the outer edge, because when you line up the outer edge, the inner edge will automatically be lined up with it. So you see we're starting to develop a nice curve in the road here. Sidewalks sometimes aren't the best to do a curved road with. Like, you might want to use something else. Like if you go into the street gallery B, there's some cracks. Anyway, like I was saying, instead of sidewalks, you might want to use is over here in street gallery B, there's these cracks in the road here. Now this is going to be super easy mode here. So we've got our cracks, and we're just going to I'm going to turn building the prop off for a second. I'm going to grab our street here, and then I'm going to turn building the prop back on, and I'm just going to spam a few of these, because we don't want any gaps in these rocks, and we don't want them too even either, because we want them to look pretty random at the edge of this road, so that you can't see the edge of the road. And there you go, there you have that. Now we're just going to select all of this, and we're going to begin doing our strategy that we were just doing, but with these. And there you have, look at that curve in the road. That's real nice. Very nice. And you might want to clean this up a little bit, you know. Like, obviously these aren't all necessary, but as you can see, these edges don't look weird because of these rocks. So that is very good. So now we have that strategy down. Oof. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to clean this up. Definitely. Yeah, that's rough, but, you know, like, obviously it's not going to be perfect. You're trying to make something round out of square blocks, square tiles. By the way, you can come in here and adjust, and I also just noticed the edge of the road is looking a little weird, like, right in there, you see that? So people most likely aren't going to notice that, but if you want, you can bring in your sidewalks just a little bit to cover that up. And you can try to make more of a perfect curve too if you want. I forgot to mention that if you want like perfectly round, which they don't need to be perfectly round, but you can go to Ring Gallery B, because it's got the nice big circles. Then you can grab a nice circle, and then resize a little bit if you want, roll it, and put it on the ground, and now you can grab your template pieces here, turn off grid snap, bring this in here, and start building along this, and it will make sorry about that. It'll make a perfect circle like that. And then later in the map, you can go ahead and replace the ring with something else, like bushes. And with this, if you're going to replace the ring, you don't even have to focus on the edge, which I'm still not even focusing on the edge. And there you go. There's a nice corner right there. And that definitely does help. And then you're definitely going to need to clean up the center. Okay, now we're going to move into the final part of this video, which is going to be the hardest part. This is going to be very difficult. Well, I mean, to be honest, it's difficult, but it's mostly tedious. A very tedious process. So, we're going to keep this ring here. We're going to delete everything else we have in it. And we're going to turn back on our grid snap. And I'm just going to... That's not what I meant to do. I'm going to grab it and resize it down quite a bit. There. So now we have an inside ring and an outside ring. And then I'm going to turn the grid snap off again. And I'm going to grab, like, something... It doesn't have to be this, but from the bridge gallery over here, that's going to come in handy. This piece right here. Or, no, not this piece. That piece, this piece is going to be a lot easier to make a curve with. So, right now, well, what we're trying to do is just make an inside edge that's round. So, we're going to make it along the ring, keep the edges lined up and everything. And this piece isn't too hard to make a round thing with, because it's got nice big edges to block imperfections and stuff. Maybe I should have kept it on grid snap for the top part so that it was lined up well. Alright, there you go. That's pretty good. You can work on it harder if you're going to put this in a nice map. And now I'm going to go off building the prop once again, and I'm just gonna build a new template here. So I'm gonna start from this edge. So I'm just gonna go here, and then a sidewalk right there. And now I think this should be long enough, but just in case, I'm gonna put one more out there. And now I'm gonna turn grid snap, building the prop on. Okay, and I'm gonna multi-select all of these pieces, and now we're going to place a base there, and then we'll start going up. So put the pitch axis. What is going on with my axes? That's a problem. Give me just a second. I think I know the problem. Let me figure this out. Okay, there we go. Whew. The problem is, don't rotate any other angles before you do this. Otherwise, it's going to do that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So make sure you don't rotate on any other axis before you do this. So just grab pitch and just very slightly. You see, that's very slightly rotated up. And now we're just gonna start. Okay, so we have a bit of a slope here. I should have made the slope up more extreme than this, but you can see it's going up. If you continued this, or you made the slope a bit bigger, it's the same thing. But the problem is, sure, it looks great from this angle, looks pretty good from this angle, but like, you come up here, that's not gonna cut it. So you're just going to adjust these individually. That is the hardest part, is having to adjust these each individually, sometimes on a piece-by-piece level, like that. And it's most likely not going to be perfect, so you're just going to have to deal with what you can get, and just try to do your best, see how good you can get it. Alright, and there you have it. There you have your little curve up. It looks pretty good, and I know mine is a very slight curve up. And at that point, you probably should have kept it flat. But, you know, obviously, don't do a curve that flat. Do it more extreme. I messed up on that part. Yeah. But that's gonna do it for today's video, because that's everything that you're gonna need to know. If you're gonna go down, use that strategy, but opposite. And yeah, apply the strategy with these primitive shapes to other types of roads if that's what you want to build. Yeah, this is a really good looking road. And in a map that I'm probably gonna be releasing soon, I've got roads built just like this. So thank you all very much for watching. If you like the video, then like the video. That would help support me very much. And if you look to my other content and like it too, maybe you should consider subscribing, because that would be great. We're pretty close to 200 at this point, so that would be super exciting if I hit 200 soon. And thank you guys for the support on my recent videos. It's been pretty good recently. My video that I posted a couple weeks ago on how to make a flood in creative mode, that's almost overtaken my other most popular video. So, which was posted like a couple years ago, maybe a year ago to 2 years ago, and it's only got, yeah, and this one's already 2 weeks old and it's already almost there. So thank you guys so much for that. And if you guys are stopping by the item shop, check in code GravyMan. That would help support me so much. And I think there's like 24 pages in the item shop tonight. It's so hard to navigate, but it's like the biggest item shop that we've ever had. So if you're buying anything, like I know there's the new RoboCop skin that came out. That skin is sick. I bought that skin. That skin is awesome. There's Master Chiefs in the item shop. The new Omega level up pack is great. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I should come up with the catchphrase. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.